Hi, my name is Tiffany White, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Generation Connection. And today we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day with you with a special Valentine's Day themed video hosted by the Thomas College Phi Beta Lambda Club. So we're going to get started with a little history on Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day, which is also called St. Valentine's Day, is when lovers express their affection with greetings and gifts. The holiday has origins in the Roman festival of Lupercalia held in mid-February. The festival, which celebrated the coming of spring, included fertility rites and the pairing of women with men by lottery. At the end of the 5th century, the Pope replaced Lupercalia with St. Valentine's Day. It came to be celebrated as a day of romance from about the 14th century. Valentine's Day is celebrated on Sunday, February 14th, 2021.
Although there are several Christian martyrs named Valentine, the day may have taken its name from a priest who was martyred about 270 CE by the Emperor Claudius Gothicus. According to legend, the priest signed a letter from your Valentine to his jailer's daughter, whom he had befriended, and by some accounts, healed from blindness. Other accounts hold that it was Saint Valentine of Terni, a bishop for whom the holiday was named, though it is possible the two saints were actually one person. Another common legend states that Saint Valentine defied the emperor's orders and secretly married couples to spare the husbands from war. It is for this reason that his feast day is associated with love.
Formal messages or valentines appeared in the 1500s, and by the late 1700s, commercially printed cards were being used. The first commercial valentines in the United States were printed in the mid-1800s. Valentines commonly depict Cupid, the Roman god of love, among with hearts traditionally the seat of emotion, because it was thought that the avian mating season begins in mid-February. Birds also become a symbol of the day. Traditional gifts include candy, flowers, particularly red roses, a symbol of beauty and love. The day is popular in the United States as well as in Britain, Canada, and Australia, and it is also celebrated in other countries including Argentina, France, Mexico, and South Korea. In the Philippines, it is the most common wedding anniversary, and mass weddings of hundreds of couples are not uncommon on that date. The holiday has expanded to expressions of affection among relatives and friends. Many school children exchange Valentines with one another on this day.
All right. So Article 2 is about 17 fascinating Valentine's Day facts that will probably surprise you. If you're wondering about how this holiday and its candy-filled traditions came about, these Valentine's Day facts offer a deeper look into the age-old celebration, including interesting details on conversation hearts, heart-shaped chocolate boxes, and even the first Valentine message ever sent. Whether you're spending this February 14th with your sweetheart or using it as an excuse to eat tons of Valentine's Day chocolates, read on to learn facts that may surprise you. So number 1, Saint Valentine wasn't just one person. You may already know that Valentine's was named after its patron saint, Saint Valentine, but there's actually some confusion surrounding which Saint Valentine's the holiday technically honors. According to history.com, there are at least 2 men named Valentine that could have inspired the holiday, including one, Valentine, who was a 3rd century Roman priest. As the story goes, this Valentine defied Emperor Claudius II's ban on marriage. He thought it distracted young soldiers, illegally marrying couples in the spirit of love until he was caught and sentenced to death. Another legend suggests that Valentine was killed for attempting to help Christians escape prison in Rome, and that he actually sent the first Valentine message himself while imprisoned, writing a letter signed "From your Valentine."
Number 2, Valentine's Day has its roots in an ancient pagan festival. Though some historians believe that Valentine's Day commemorates the death of Saint Valentine on February 14th, others believe that the holiday actually has its origins in a pagan fertility festival called Lupercalia, which was celebrated on February 15th in ancient Rome. Number 3, in the 1300s officially became a holiday associated with love. At the end of the 5th century, Roman Pope Gelasius officially declared the date of February 14th St. Valentine's Day. It wasn't until the Middle Ages, though, that the holiday became associated with love and romance, a tradition that first started from the common belief in France and England that birds started their mating season on February 14th. Number 4. Cupid has its roots in Greek mythology. He's the charming cherub that appears on Valentine's Day cards, often depicted with a bow and arrow. But how did Cupid become a common symbol on Valentine's Day? According to Time, the figure can actually be traced all the way back to 700 BC to the Greek god of love named Eros, who was actually a handsome, immortal man with the intimidating power to make people fall in love. It wasn't until the 4th century BCE that the Romans adopted Eros into the image of a cute little boy with a bow and arrow, naming him Cupid. By the turn of the 19th century, Cupid had become linked to Valentine's Day to his love-making powers.
So point number 5, the first Valentine was sent in the 15th century. The oldest record of a Valentine being sent, according to History.com, was a poem written by a French medieval duke named Charles to his wife in 1415. Charles penned this sweet note to his love when he was imprisoned in the Tower of London, just 21 years old. One of the lines in the poem, "I'm already sick of love, my very gentle Valentine. Swoon." Point number 6, not until the 1840s did we get the first mass-produced Valentines. People started exchanging cards and handwritten letters to both lovers and friends during the 17th century. But it was in the 1840s that Valentine's Day cards were mass-produced in the US, sold by Esther A. Howland, known as the mother of the American Valentine. Howland is credited with commercializing Valentine's Day cards in America, and she is remembered for her elaborate, crafty cards made with lace and ribbon. Point 7, the tradition of giving Valentine's Day flowers dates back to the 17th century. Giving red roses may be obvious romantic gestures today, but it wasn't until the 17th century that giving flowers became a popular custom. In fact, the practice can be traced back to when King Charles II of Sweden learned the language of flowers, which pairs different flowers with specific meanings, on a trip to Persia, and subsequently introduced the tradition to Europe. The act of giving flowers became a popular trend during the Victorian era, including on Valentine's Day, with red roses symbolizing deep love.
Number 8. Today, Americans spend a lot on love. According to the National Retail Foundation, Americans spent over $20 billion on Valentine's Day gifts in 2019, and we're expected to spend a record-breaking $27.4 billion for 2020, including $2.4 billion on candy alone. People also expected to spend an average of approximately $196 for Valentine's Day last year, with men spending around $291, compared to women spending $106. Time to step it up, ladies. Number 9. Americans send 145 million Valentine's Day cards each year. According to Hallmark, a whopping 145 million Valentine's Day cards are exchanged every February 14th, and that's not even including all those kids' Valentines exchanged in classrooms. This makes Valentine's Day the second biggest holiday for exchanging greeting cards after Christmas. And how sweet. Teachers receive the most Valentine's Day cards annually, followed by children, mothers, and wives. Needless to say, we've come a long way from 1913, which was when Hallmark cards produced their first Valentine's Day card. Number 10. They also spend millions of dollars on gifts for their pets. Hey, furry friends need love too. In fact, around 27.6 million American households gave Valentine's Day presents to their pet dogs last year, and more than 17.1 million picked up gifts for their cats. All in all, American households spent an estimated $751.3 million on gifts for their pets on Valentine's Day.
14. But it wasn't until 1866 that we first got sweet printed messages on conversation hearts. It was Oliver's brother, Daniel Chase, who started printing sentimental messages on the Necco sweethearts, though these candies were bigger than the versions we have today and featured much longer printed sayings and phrases. Some of the first messages: "Married in white, you have chosen right, and how long shall I have to wait? Please be considerate." 15. More than 8 billion conversation hearts are manufactured each year, and Necco has to start making them just days after February 14th to have enough in time for the next Valentine's Day. That's almost 100,000 pounds per day. Each box has approximately 45 sayings, including "true love," "hug me," and "you rock." But you can personalize your own too. But don't worry, if you still have last year's box, they have a shelf life of over 5 years. 16. Nearly 6 million couples get engaged on Valentine's Day. I mean, what better day is there for a marriage proposal than a day literally dedicated to love and romance? 16. Nearly 6 million couples get engaged on Valentine's Day. I mean, what better day is there for a marriage proposal than a day literally dedicated to love and romance? Valentine's Day is one of the popular days to pop the question, with as many as 6 million couples getting engaged on February 14th. And according to the results of this survey, Valentine's Day was voted the best day of the year to propose than any other day. And of those people who voted, 40% were men. 17. It's celebrated differently around the world. Many Latin American countries know the holiday as El Día de los Enamorados, Day of Lovers, or Día del Amor y la Amistad, Day of Love and Friendship. Though couples exchange flowers and chocolate on this day, the holiday's focus is also directed at showing gratitude to friends. In Japan, it's customary for just the women to give confections to the men in their lives, with the quality of the chocolate indicating their true feelings, according to Fortune. On March 14th, exactly a month later, the men repay the favor by celebrating the increasingly popular White Day.
Hello! Thank you so much for watching, and Thomas College PBL wishes you a very happy Valentine's Day. Thank you.